This is what you will be greeted to when you open up Hearthstone. Obviously, when you first get started, you may not have some of the things available to you straight away. So, for example, with the modes option here, I don't think you get that until you've done a fair few challenges, and that's where the battlegrounds and the arena's held. So I'm going to just show you briefly just how the first few turns work on Hearthstone. And to do that, I'm going to go into solo adventures, and then I'm going to go and play against the AI up here in the practice area. And I'm just going to choose this option by using this button in the bottom right. So obviously I've made tons of decks and I play in my free time occasionally. Some of these are very old. So I'm just going to pick a random deck here. I'll go for Mech. So that's obviously a deck that's surrounded around the Mech tag. And I'm going to put myself against, I'll put myself against the Shaman. Click OK, and then we just wait for the AI to load up the match. So at the very start of the game, you get given an option for 3 cards. I'm going first, which means that I get 3 cards to pick from, and then I go first, and I also get a card from the top over here when my first turn starts. The opponent going second, he starts off with 1 mana, the same as me down here, but he also gets a coin which counts for 1 mana. So essentially, he gets an opportunity to play a coin at some point for tempo, for basically for adding value to that particular turn. So as you can see here, I've got plenty of interesting cards. So here I've got a Zephyrus the Great, which is a battle cry. If your deck has no duplicates, wish for the perfect card. So I'll keep that just to show you an example of the battle cry quickly. And as you can see, I've got a Weaponized Pinata, really lovely card art, and then you've got some the Mech tag at the bottom. I've also got this Golden Legendary here, which is replacing your entire hand with a copy of your opponent's hand. So obviously, if I'm low on cards and I need some more cards, I can use this to get some of, to get an idea of what they're playing in their hand. And then over here, I've got another Legendary, which is Ziliax, which is Magnetic, Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal, and Rush. So that's a huge amount of keywords on there. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about everything there, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like, what the game board looks like, and how to play the first few turns. As I was saying, it's a really colourful game, lots of interactive things. You can do things on the board, you can do particular things like click on things and things move, make noises. You can crack the eggs eventually. There you go. And the little things that happen around the board that, just keep you entertained if you're waiting for your turn. But for now, I'm just going to end my turn because I can't do anything. I haven't got a turn 1 play. So I'm going to end my turn. So the enemy would draw a card. He's playing his coin straight away. So as you can see, he's gaining 1 mana crystal. He's playing the Stone Tusk Boar, which has a keyword of charge, which means that he can attack face immediately if he wants to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play my Zephyrus the Great. So because my deck has no duplicates, so I've only got singleton, so I've only got 1 of each type of these cards in my entire deck, I can play this card, and the Discover mechanic allows me to pick 3 cards to which I think would be good. So as you can see here, I've got Backstab, which is an instant spell that costs no mana, which deals 2 damage to an undamaged minion. And this is actually a rogue spell. This is the kind of advantage with playing with this deck, is that you can use this to immediately get rid of the threat on the board if you want to, and you can just hide and show these. Wild Growth is actually a druid spell, which means that you can gain an empty mana crystal. So next turn, I would actually have 4 mana instead of my normal 3 mana. And then I've got Brightwing here, which is just a legendary dragon, which is battle cry, add a random legendary minion to your hand. So what I'm going to do is just to show you the example of a spell, I'm just going to click on Backstab. And then I'm going to use that immediately because you can see in the top left hand corner that doesn't actually cost anything. So I'm going to quickly do this spell to defeat that minion, and I'm going to end my turn. And as you can see, the idea is that you would build up to bigger and bigger turns. He's just hero powered there, so his hero power is summon a random totem. The totem that's appeared is a healing totem, so at the end of your turn, restore 1 health to all friendly minions, so that's everyone on his side of the board. For me, I can say, well, I'm going to shuffle a friendly, this minion here is called Baleful Banker. Choose a friendly minion, shuffle a copy into your deck. So what I can do to create value is select this, and that's going to shuffle back into my deck, and now I've gone from 24 to 25 cards. And then I can choose to hit the face if I want to, or I can choose to be a bit more minion centric and actually take out the minions on the main side of the board, which I think I will do. I'll end the turn for one last time, see what he does, and then I'll leave it there. He's chose to use a spell, which does 1 damage to an enemy character, and he's frozen me. And then he's hero powered again for another healing totem. And in this instance, I now have 4 mana, so I can play my slightly larger card. So this card here, you've got 4 attack, 3 health. I can kill this minion. And as you can see, the idea is that you would use your minions and possible spells to kill the enemy over time. So hopefully that explained a little bit more about how you play Hearthstone.